FC Cincinnati traveled up to New England last Saturday to take on the Revolution at Gillette Stadium. Penalty kicks were the story of the night with first place on the line. The penalty kick that was called and missed, and then the penalty that wasn't called, a shot never taken. You say you want a revolution, how about a draw and a point on the road? Cincinnati, here we go. Good evening and welcome everybody into FC Cincinnati Weekly alongside Tom Galerder. I am your host, Caleb No. Tommy, welcome back to the show. Not sure where to even start with this past Saturday's game, man.
Well, we can start with a point on the road, right? We've talked about it how many times here. Win at home, draw on the road, and everything will be okay in 2023 for FC Cincinnati. And that's what they did Saturday against New England.
You'll absolutely take those points on the road. FC Cincinnati had their second big road test in the last 3 weeks. And they showed up a lot better than they did against St. Louis 3 weeks ago. It was a family affair, Tommy, with the arenas. Yep. Father and son, Bruce and Kenny, facing off on opposing sides.
Yeah, absolutely. Always fun to see those two get an opportunity to play against each other or coach against each other in this regards with Bruce, the legend, the head coach for New England. And I loved the energy that FC Cincinnati had when the match started. They came out, they were attacking, they didn't sit back like sometimes you do on the road, and they were creating some opportunities from the start of this match.
There were so many different things to talk about in this match. We'll kind of run through some of them here. You see a corner here for FC Cincinnati, and then this moment that nobody will forget from the match, the handball right on the edge of the 18 there.
Yeah, absolutely, and immediately it was signaled by the match official as a penalty, and that is key here because there was a long check but never went to video review. And then how about Georgi Petrovic? A massive save on the penalty block, and frustrating in that moment for Cincinnati because they didn't get the goal. But moments later, on the corner kick, who's there? Yerson Mosquera for his second of the year, and such an important moment for Cincinnati to get that goal after not getting the penalty kick.
And Mosquera getting up there to score that again. I mean, it seems like he, when they need him to come through like that, he does so. And
second goal in 10 games, right? And he's a defender. He's a center back. It was funny. When I talked to him a few weeks ago, I asked him about his first goal that he scored, a game winner at TQL Stadium. And he told me, I think it was after 6 games. 6 games is too long for me to go without scoring a goal. Well, he only went 4 this time without a goal. But, yeah, you love it from Yerson Mosquera. And Cincinnati's up 1-0. It's the 8th time this year they have scored first. They were 6-0-1 when scoring the first goal. So you're feeling pretty good. But a bit of a defensive breakdown, and here comes New England with a pretty easy goal at the back post.
Type of team that can make that kind of thing happen, man. And not only, but in stoppage time. You just hate to see those
it's the worst.
Stoppage time goals, huh?
Yeah, it's absolutely the worst. Look, Emmanuel Boateng, a guy who's had success against Cincinnati. Brandon Bai, who got the assist. He's also set up quite a few goals against the Orange and Blue. But Boateng ties the game, and everybody kind of at that point has to maybe take a deep breath and say, okay, 1-1 at the half. The rain's really coming down in Foxborough. It's on turf, a little bit of a strange one. And here's the foul that I don't understand. Mm-hmm. And I say foul because it's a foul.
How long do we have to talk about this?
Right. As many replays as we have. Look, Andrew Farrell said no. But it's clear as day. It goes to video review because it's a clear and obvious error. The match official in this case did not signal penalty. But the VAR in Atlanta, go to the monitor, look at it. Every angle shows a foul, and here he comes. Nope, no penalty. And Lucho can't believe it. The FC Cincinnati fans couldn't believe it. Pat Noonan couldn't believe it.
Tommy G couldn't believe it.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. And now we're stuck at 1-1. And look, Roman Celentano had to bear down there because some subs came on for New England and they were creating chances late. But FC Cincinnati had chances late in the match, maybe none better than that one for Nick Hagelin at the far post. Talk about stoppage time. FC Cincinnati was that close to getting all 3 points if Nick can sneak that in.
I mean, that close right there. So if you're FC Cincinnati coming out of this, are you happy with the 1 point?
Yeah, I think so. Look, there's that penalty situation that wasn't called. You have to live with it. Pat Noonan said afterwards there were opportunities for both teams to jump ahead and win the game and take all 3 points. These are two really good teams, two pretty even teams. So is a point and a draw on this occasion fair? I think I have to say yes.
So we showed the penalty that wasn't in the second half there when Andrew Farrell committed what appeared to be a foul on Luciano Acosta in the box. It appeared to be a penalty.
I know.
It appeared the referee called a penalty. Then he went to the monitor and called a goal kick. Head coach Pat Noonan was
perplexed.
Yeah.
I think he probably wrote a check this week to Major League Soccer after his comments.
In his post-game press conference. Let's take a quick look at that.
Usually I don't want the comment on it and make sure I've seen it first. In this case, I just looked at it, and I'm struggling to figure out how it's not. I don't know what's not clear about it. So, yeah, it was just, again, I don't think that was the determining factor of the result. But I'm curious as to why it's not a penalty. It looks pretty obvious, but I think there was a lot of calls on the field today that weren't obvious to the one who needs to see it clearly. So.
Yeah, so, I mean, he didn't blame the draw on that call necessarily, but he was clearly frustrated with how the game was called.
I liked that everything he said in that clip, right? Yeah. Because I completely agree. It was a penalty. Is that the reason they got the draw? No, you can't blame the result on that because you don't know what happens in a penalty. Georgi Petrovic, remember, saved one earlier,
saw one
and he's an elite shot stopper. So what's to say he wouldn't get another? Look, the odds are that Lucho should put it in.
2 in a game would be pretty difficult, but
I agree. But it's not a guarantee, right? It's not like a goal that was clearly onside that was called off and they refused to change. You don't know for sure. But it was a good battle between these two teams. And, again, a road point.
In the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, to stay even with New England. Neither team was able to create any separation. Now, FC Cincinnati comes home. They want to create separation from New England. Opportunity lies in May.
Chance to do it here. The game was a grind. It was raining, no goals in the second half. So credit the defense for another good performance. Both clubs walked off the field feeling they had chances, I think, to win the game, certainly.
Yeah, I think so. And I think, both teams look at this game. I told you about that opportunity for Nick Hagelin that we saw. And New England had a lot of great opportunities as well. They weren't necessarily able to put them all on frame. And Roman Celentano had to make a couple saves. I think he finished with 4 in the match. So, look, you feel good, again, getting out of there with a point. And, again, the defense has been good this year. They had one breakdown and gave up a goal.
Yeah, They looked a little bit disconnected on that one goal that they allowed. But a 90-minute match against a good team like New England at their place on the road, difficult conditions, to come out of there with, just allowing one goal. You'll most of the time take that.
No shame in that, for sure.
Up next for FC Cincinnati is a team that has won 4 games in a row. You mentioned it a second ago. That is DC United. Let's take a look at our match preview brought to you by Tri-State GMC Buick. Again, DC United coming to town tomorrow.
So DC United comes in, and Caleb, this is a side that has been firing on all cylinders, right? 4 in a row, including a U.S. Open Cup match. So 3 straight in league play. Those 3 straight MLS games by a combined score of 7-1. Now, this is a team with a lot of new faces. Obviously, Wayne Rooney took over the team. He has changed the roster quite a bit. They had a world-class goal from Christian Benteke, who the hardcore FC Cincinnati fans will remember. He was on that Crystal Palace roster in 2016 when they came to Nippert Stadium. And this might be a team that is starting to find their rhythm and will arrive at TQL Stadium trying to chase more points. But they got to come into the Fortress, so it's not going to be easy for United.
Yeah, for the second time in 3 weeks, a player comes in off of a tremendous bicycle kick goal. This time it's Christian Benteke, formerly of the Premier League.
Yep.
The other one was a couple weeks ago. I mean, what do you say about a goal like that?
No, you say it's amazing, right? And it's great for fans to watch. I saw it on Twitter right after the match. We were watching it during a break in a postgame show on my phone because it's a world-class goal. And
there it is.
Yeah, there you go. And look, he's a world-class player, and that's why Wayne Rooney went and got him and added him to the roster. He didn't do a whole lot when he arrived last year, but he was getting acclimated to Major League Soccer. He's starting to get rolling, and he's going to make plays like that because he's certainly fully capable of it. So, look, DC shows up, and FC Cincinnati has to be very, very strong. They got to be ready to go, but I feel great about the way that FC Cincinnati's been playing at home, and hopefully the quality is there in the final third and inside of the penalty area. If it is, then it should be a 6th win in as many opportunities for the Orange and Blue.
All right, thank you so much, Tommy. You can listen to Tommy and his partner Kevin McCluskey on the radio, ESPN 1530 during the games or on iHeartRadio. You can also listen to Tommy and Kevin on the Apple TV broadcast when FC Cincinnati is at home, like they are tomorrow. So check those guys out.
Look forward to it. It's going to be a good time
here, man.
Always.
Yeah. All right, DC United tomorrow night. Coming up on FC Cincinnati Weekly, it's tournament season, and FC Cincinnati is moving on. How does that impact the way the coaching staff looks at the week of training? We'll talk with head coach Pat Noonan after the break and see what his approach to that is.
The fresh timer starts the minute a tomato gets picked. That's why at Kroger, we shorten the time from harvest to home. So no matter how you shop, you'll have more time to enjoy your fresh produce. Kroger, fresh for everyone. When you download the Kroger app, you have easy access to savings every day and get personalized coupons sent straight to your phone. Save big today when you download the Kroger app. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Of course, the GMC Terrain offers all-wheel drive mode. What about Supernova mode or Weekend Warrior mode? You don't see that everyday mode. How about out of the office mode? Or even,
are you out of your mind?
Mode. Want a mode for everything? GMC Terrain. Step up to GMC with 1.9% APR for 36 months and no monthly payments for 90 days on GMC Terrain models.
Being Friday, everyone's looking forward to the weekend. Skyline's a good way to kind of kick that off. It's the appropriate occasion for a Friday lunch.
People are like talking about it like all week. Are you going to Skyline on Friday? Yeah, I'll be there.
When we stand up, everyone knows, all right, it's Skyline time to go.
Yeah, exactly. You smell the chili, you hear the crowd, and they're having a good time.
It's a relaxed atmosphere. Everyone enjoys Skyline.
Skyline Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays definitely happen as well.
We love it every time we go.
I'm your overly competitive brother. Check. Psych. And I'm about to steal this game from you, just like I stole Kelly Carter in high school, huh?
You got no game. Dude, that's a foul!
And now you're ready to settle a score. Game over. If you don't have the right home insurance coverage, well, you can end up paying for all this yourself. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Thanks, bro.
Take a lap, rookie.
Real mature.
Welcome back, everyone, to FC Cincinnati Weekly. I'm your host, Caleb No. It's been an incredible start to the season for FC Cincinnati, but is that surprising in any way to head coach Pat Noonan? And where do they go from here? I sat down with the man in charge and got his thoughts on the great start to the season. Is there anything this season about the team that has surprised you up to this point?
I think early on it's the growth on the defensive side of the ball and grinding out results. Guys know when we're playing well and when we're not, and we still haven't fired on all cylinders, and that's a good thing considering where we're at in the standings and with our record. But I also like how they analyze the game and what they feel when they step off of our TQL field and say, okay, we've just won a game 1-0, but we didn't play our best. So let's enjoy the victory, but we're searching for more.
It's not every day an MLS club has 3 guys called up to the national team. What is it like for you to see that?
I love seeing our guys have individual success that helps our team success, that then gets them recognized to go represent their countries. You know, it's certainly a challenge when they're gone. We know we miss key figures, but I always want to see our guys getting recognized by their countries and having the opportunity to go out there and play for their national teams.
And it's not only the national team call-ups, but you've got the U.S. Open Cup coming up. You've got other tournaments coming up throughout the summer. What kind of challenges do those types of things present to you, and how do you handle those from a coaching perspective?
The challenge is, rotation, finding ways to make sure the guys are fresh and ready for the opportunity. And so when you see guys that are ready in those moments, it allows the group to stay strong, and it allows the level to stay high, and it allows you to get results.
I think as human beings, we tend to succeed when we're in a certain routine, and you play for a couple months in this routine of you've got a game every Saturday, and then you train throughout the week leading up to that. But then suddenly you're playing midweek matches, you're playing matches that are not MLS matches. You've got players going, like we mentioned, to the national team. How do you try to still establish that level of routine even with these inconsistencies?
Yeah, it's a good question, because I like sometimes going away from the routine to kind of mix things up a little bit when you feel like it's getting stagnant or complacent with, this is our typical Tuesday, this is our typical Friday before the game. I think what more competition and tournaments allow is, something new. And that part for me, I like the variety of new faces out there representing FCC that maybe a lot of the fan base isn't accustomed to seeing. And then from there, all of a sudden you're starting to see the depth of our group and the work that's being done behind the scenes to give us a stronger team where we can compete in all competitions.
Well, Brandon Vazquez started for the U.S. men's national team a couple weeks back against Mexico, a game that ended in a 1-1 draw. His outstanding play for FC Cincinnati, though, is what got him noticed by the U.S. coaching staff. Let's take a look now at our ProLink player profile.
Powell into the 18, trying to draw back, does, lands at Vazquez, and Vazquez sneaks it into the back of the net. His 5th goal of the season.
I grew up in a household where we would watch soccer all day, and we had a soccer goal in my backyard. There's pictures of me at 2 years old stepping on a ball. I would come home from elementary school, 1st, 2nd grade, and I would go straight into the backyard and play for hours. Always in class, the teachers would ask us, like, oh, what do you want to be when you grow up? For me, it was always, I want to play soccer.
Ariel to Vazquez! There it is!
My dad, for sure, introduced me to soccer, and I've always been disciplined because of him, so I have to thank him for that. One of my first jerseys was a Ronaldinho jersey that my dad gave me, a Barcelona jersey. And ever since I watched Ronaldinho play, I fell in love with the game.
Onto a cross in the direction of Vazquez. 2-0 Cincinnati. Right on cue.
I never give up. I keep running all 90 minutes, and I'm not happy until I've hit the back of the net a couple times.
Carves it out. Vazquez! Across the 18. Headed down. Equalizer. Brandon Vazquez.
I've been working to even win a starting position on a team for so many years, and to finally get the opportunity and all the hard work that has been put in behind the scenes to finally pay off and be in the best 11 was definitely an honor. All the fans that I've been able to meet have been so awesome. If they see me, come say what's up. I'm cool, like I'm just another person, so don't be afraid to come say hi. You don't have to be the most talented person on the pitch, in the room. It's all about working, and as long as you don't give up, your dreams can come true.
Well, up next, we are talking tactics with assistant coach Kenny Arena. Don't go away. FC Cincinnati Weekly. We'll be right back.
When it hurts to move, what often hurts most is the fact that you can't. Because every rebound is calling your name, and every dance should be danced. It's in moments like these that we step in to help you step back off the sidelines. Because it takes two to tango in this life, and you are meant to be the one. Mercy Health, healthcare for the universe of you. Find an orthopedic doctor at mercy.com/ortho.
Frisch's has been making craveable American classics since 1947, like Frisch's Classic Big Boy and Super Big Boy burgers. Each one piled high with crispy lettuce, crunchy pickles, 2 fresh, never frozen, all beef patties, topped with American cheese and our famous tartar sauce. Oh, the tartar sauce. It doesn't get much better than this, or does it? Try the Big Boy with fries and a drink, or make it a Super Big Boy with fries and a drink. Stop by or order online at Frisch's.com, DoorDash, or Uber Eats. Frisch's, everyone's favorite.
I'm looking for someone who cares about my needs.
I'm looking for someone who will let me use their charger.
Connections, the dating app exclusively for singles who are in your area for 2 painful hours waiting for their connecting flight.
So, how's that charger working out for you?
Connections. Not necessary for those who live the non-stop life.
Oh, another connection.
Why do we enforce seatbelt laws? Because in real life, you don't get a second chance.
Welcome back, everyone, to FC Cincinnati Weekly. MLS Season Pass on Apple TV is the only place to watch every FC Cincinnati regular season, playoff, and Leagues Cup match this season. To learn more about MLS Season Pass on Apple TV, visit fccincinnati.com/season pass. MLS Season Pass, your source to watch FC Cincinnati all season long. Well, we showed you FC Cincinnati assistant coach Kenny Arena earlier in the show with his dad, New England head coach Bruce Arena, at last Saturday's game on opposing sides. Here's Kenny with this week's installment of Talkin' Tactics.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kenny Arena. I'm an assistant coach with FC Cincinnati. This is Talking Tactics, presented by MedPace. For this show, we will be analyzing our winning goal in the first round of the U.S. Open Cup against Louisville City. So this play starts with a clearance into our opponent's half. Brandon Vazquez, the work he does to regain possession here is excellent. As he's able to regain possession, our second forward, Kimi Ordonez, makes a run behind, hoping to get the ball, but it also serves the purpose of creating space underneath for Lucho Acosta. So as Brandon finds Lucho, Alvaro Barreal, who's on the opposite side, starts to get on the move, and we create a really dangerous opportunity to get into the box. So as Lucho is getting this ball, Alvaro is picking a spot inside the 18 to try to run to, and then Lucho has a choice. He chooses the pass behind the defender, and as this is happening, Brandon and Kimi both have to be ready and expect that if Alvaro gets this ball, they are going to be in a position to almost sprint towards the goal. He plays a great pass. They both make great runs and a really good finish that helps us get the winning goal and advance to the next round of the Open Cup. Really good play, really good night from our entire team because we had a lot of guys get opportunities to play that haven't this year. A lot of young guys made their debuts in our stadium. Just overall, a very rewarding night for our group. Thank you for joining us today. Again, this is Talking Tactics presented by MedPace. Look forward to seeing you next time.
Well, the MLS phase of the U.S. Open Cup started last week when Louisville City came to TQL Stadium and FC Cincinnati renewed the Dirty River Derby. FC Cincinnati rested most of their top players until the late stages of the game, pulling out a 1-0 victory to advance to the round of 32 in the U.S. Open Cup. FC Cincinnati's next opponent will be New York City FC, and that game will take place at TQL Stadium next Wednesday, May 10th, 7 o'clock in the evening. Get your tickets now at fccincinnati.com. Tickets for U.S. Open Cup games are less expensive than regular season MLS games, so come on out, root on the orange and blue. FC Cincinnati Weekly. We'll be right back.
Woboda with a shot, deflects, and ends up in the back of the net. FC Cincinnati's back on top. It's his first in Major League Soccer. Full-time whistle at TQL Stadium, and they are dancing in the Bailey tonight.
Whenever you're feeling good and hungry, it's Skyline time. Gather together with friends and family. It's Skyline time.
I grew up eating Skyline, so after school, it's nice just to head through the drive-thru and pick up our 3-ways.
It makes me feel excited and happy. If I was given Skyline grades, I'll give me 2 A+.
When a drug you're testing might change the world, it doesn't feel like work. When the data might add up to a better life for millions of patients, there's real meaning in crunching the numbers. When a clinical trial signals a safe and effective medical option, you know your work matters. And when you want to work alongside some of the brightest minds in biotech, then MedPace is where you belong. If you want to make a difference tomorrow, join us today. Visit medpace.com/careers.
Stacy! I'm the sizzle of this promposal. Tonight, sparks are gonna fly.
Kyle?
And while Romeo over here is trying to look cool, things are about to heat up. Uh-oh.
Darn it, Kyle!
And if you don't have the right home insurance coverage, you can end up paying for this yourself.
Sorry, Mr. Sanchez.
So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem, like me. That's a hard note.
Of course, the GMC Terrain offers all-wheel drive mode. What about Supernova mode or Weekend Warrior mode? You don't see that everyday mode. How about out of the office mode? Or even...
Are you out of your mind?
Mode. Want a mode for everything? GMC Terrain. Step up to GMC with 1.9% APR for 36 months and no monthly payments for 90 days on GMC Terrain models.
Welcome back, everyone, on FC Cincinnati Weekly. Come on out and cheer on FC Cincinnati tomorrow night when they take on the team from the nation's capital, DC United. They've won 4 straight coming into this one, so the orange and blue will need all the support they can get. Get your tickets right now at fccincinnati.com. That is our show for this week. Thanks for watching. Join us here every Friday night, 7:30 for FC Cincinnati Weekly, the most comprehensive coverage of the orange and blue you'll find anywhere out there. For Tom Gallardo and the rest of our FC Cincinnati Weekly crew, have a great evening and go FCC.
When you think banker, you think dress shoes. At First Financial, we think your shoes and walking a mile in them. It's how we put you first, understanding what your business needs to take the next step, or what you need to give your finances a solid footing. Because while banking can happen here, our relationships are made out here. A bank that makes you feel like #1. That's First.
Are you ready to help move medicine forward? CTI-CRC, a local clinical research center, is looking for adults 18 and older to participate in a chemo-induced peripheral neuropathy study. If you've experienced neuropathy with breast, colorectal, or gynecological cancers, you may qualify for this study. All study-related care will be provided at no cost, and insurance is not necessary. Qualified participants may be compensated up to $3,175 for their time and trip. Call or visit ctifacts.com to learn more.
At Mercy Health, we believe your health care should always revolve around you. So these days, it's not just about how we care for you, it's where. Because whether at our place or yours, or wherever your day takes you, we'll be there with compassionate, personalized care. No matter how the world changes, your health will always be our top priority. Mercy Health, primary care for the universe of you. Visit mercy.com to find a doctor near you.